Hello, welcome back to Inside the Black Box, and we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday by getting some of our game text inside the game. That was redundant, I know. So I'm going to first go up and initialize player. Bar, stats, and skills. I don't think I can do null. Will it allow me to do null? Yes, it will. Oh yes, he needs a name. Almost forgot that. Go to enemies. Private. I don't suppose that needs to be private. So here's what I'm going to do. Not do that. String. There, that should work. I think this is just another way to put together variables. I'm not sure if there's any difference between making a public variable or making it like this besides being able to manipulate set or get. I'll probably want to keep it manipulated. Public. Alright, so I'm just gonna change enemy a bit here. String nomen means name in Latin. I like to use that. It's fun to use different languages in your code. Makes it hard for anyone else to understand, but it also makes it hard for you to understand unless you put notes in there. Gotta go to player. See, enemy has nomen, and there's something wrong with player like I suspected. There. I don't think I have to do this dot nomen is equal to nomen. I'm not sure until I play the game, so, or try to. Let's go with, here we go. For now, I'm just gonna have this name here. It's bad practice to have static variables, yes I know. Unless it's like pi, that's always the same number. But I'm gonna have a tutorial later and have the player be able to choose their name. That'll be fun. Now to go down to draw. Another good programming practice is, at least from what I've read, is to keep your draw logic in draw and your math logic in update. So just split them up. It helps keep things easier. I know it's a bit difficult, but believe me, it saves you from a mess. Player dot nomen. Now it should have my name. But there's one thing. Cornflower blue? Not a color exactly I want to have in a game with zombies, so let's go with black. Now, the reason why I chose black as the color for the screen and white as the words is because, well, humans are naturally attracted to brighter colors. Also, I've read somewhere it helps with dyslexia, so we'll see how that works out. If not, it's a snap to put it with black lettering over white screen. So you can do whatever you want. I think you can make your own colors as well, but these are web safe colors. Deployment. Oh, duh. I gotta debug off of my Windows copy. Hopefully there aren't any critical errors, because apparently it doesn't do it perfectly, Xbox to Windows. If not, I'll have to make the program Windows and then turn it over to Xbox and do coding and waste time. I'm going to pause it real quick. Alright, I've never done this. Crud. Control F5 automatically stops it. It says it's right, but I guess something's wrong. Maybe I don't need this. Alright, I'm going to start it up again. Debug. Pausing. An unhandled exception. Forget this. You know what? Until I know how this works. There. I'll just name it name for that and keep the name for the name variable as nomin, and whenever I want to call it up, it'll be name English. I know I said keep the same thing, however, not exactly sure how to organize just strings. Alright, round 3. Alright, now my name fits perfectly right up in there. It's a good thing it's not outside the displayable area. Now I'm going to add some stats. I'll just do it up real quick, because we're not going to focus on them just yet. Alright, I just wanted to show you something first. I made quite a change to bars and stats because I like multi-dimensional arrays. So I'm just going to show you how to do one real quick because I'm always on the net searching for how to do these. So you see here I've got it as a multi-dimensional array, int, bracket, bracket, pretty sure it's not bracket. And you leave this one empty. Inside these brackets, do new int, whatever number you want. I'm going to use 2 because I only want current and max, and I'm going to do this 4 times. And now I've lined them up. I'm not sure what's better, jagged arrays or multi-dimensional arrays, but I'm more comfortable with multi-dimensional since how jagged sounds a little bit disorganized. I haven't done any work on it at all. Now to get more data out on our screen. Alright, there's probably 100 ways I could have done this, but I want to keep it static, so I'm just going to do it like this. Now, I changed, if you noticed, I changed all the names because that is going to be a pain, and to keep them all elongated, and if they're all the same length, I'll be able to keep them organized. Now another thing is, I'm not sure if anyone knows how to do this, but I had to add toString onto my returns because they're all integers. But I was curious if there was some way to do in this return value of an int to differentiate between when I need when I do need an integer value or when I do need a string, to just automatically change it to string in here. I'm not sure if that'd be too complicated, but as every programmer knows, we always gotta remember to KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Remember, that's your new mantra as a programmer. Basically for anything game-like, unless you have a really complicated plot that you could pull out really well. And this isn't gonna work. Give me a moment. What do you know? It didn't work. Wanna know why? I didn't call the new method I made. It uses sprite batch draw string, so once again, make sure that it is in between beginning and end. It must begin, it must end. I have the font passing through, and as a bad programming practice, I have made player a global variable. Yay! I'm only using this to test it until I'm sure it's what I want. Not sure if that's good programming practice, but it's worked for me so far. Ah, crud. Let me see what's wrong. Look, see here? I left all these values null. That means they can't possibly return anything. Time to fill them up. Bars, stats. And I'm not using skills yet. I'm not returning skills yet. I have no returns for skills yet, so that should be fine. Take 2. By the way, if you manage to do first time code all the time, you'll save yourself a whole lot of time. Writing pseudocode I found is one of the best things I can do. Look at that jumbled up mess. So something's wrong with my programming? Odd. Alright, give me a moment. Alright, here's another good thing to know. Adding to a variable doesn't make it permanent. At least not in this fashion. No idea why, don't care, I just know it does that. I don't want to pick the machine apart for answers, I just want to know what it does and then abide by that rule. And I screwed up again, hold on. There, now that works fine and dandy. For now I'm showing the name and the stats, only the max stats. Just let me remind you, this is only the second video. I haven't done into any kind of game because it takes a very long time to program a game. You'll be able to use how I'm building this game to build your own games, such as you could have less stats, more stats, bags, lists, etc. And actually, it's quite easy to save data using the Xbox way. So you don't have to limit yourself. I keep it totally open for manipulation. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, watching Crash and Burns, and a whole 13 minutes trying to get some information onto a screen. Well, that's just recorded time. Well, until next episode, see you later.